So, good afternoon, champions. So, welcome to our today's analysis. Hope that the week is still taking you well. Hoping that you are still making profits, and hopefully, you are still being able to capitalize on every move that you are able to see. So, today, I would like to officially welcome you to our today's analysis. So today we are going to be analyzing one index together with one pair. So today I'll be analyzing US30 together with the GBPCAD. So this is just the general view of how I tend to see how the markets may tend to finally move. So generally, you can see that you have got an uptrend, and this uptrend that is from the daily time frame. You can see that you have got this significant pattern where the markets were moving from these areas. So if I may do so, the markets were moving from this area, went below, tapped this side, moved above several touches. Then we had a move to the downside. We had this touch here. We had a touch on the upside, got this point of support, made a breakout, but then had a strong resistance, came down, made a touch to this point, came to this point here, and now currently we are at this point that you are seeing in this position. So if I may move to the hourly time frame. Now from the hourly time frame, you can now clearly see that the markets were moving towards an uptrend, made several touches, that is several touches to this side here, came to the downside, made two touches, then have been moving to the upside here. So I then came to touch this trend line, move to this side. So I was expecting that the markets are going to move to this side, making a breakout, that is, but then the market have decided to go against that, which is also good. The only thing that you can do when the markets are going against you, it is just to respond instead of reacting to it. So you can see, I took a trade. That is, I took a trade this morning for that is the US30. When it came to this point here, I thought that it was a clear sign for a breakout to retest this point of support that is here. But clearly, you can see that they are preparing themselves to have a breakout to the upside, that is moving to the upside. And I hopefully I'm expecting that the market, if they are going to create that breakout, then they are going to come up to this position. So let me move to the 1 hour time frame. Now to the 1 hour time frame, you can clearly see that I was expecting, though there were this green candlestick, I was just waiting for just one engulfing red candlestick that was going to create a breakout to the downside, that is from this position moving to this point of support, making a breakout, several breakouts up to this point of support that is here before making clear patterns, and then later on moving to the upside to make a touch to the upside. But I don't think that is going to be the case, because clearly you can see that they are preparing themselves to break out of this point. I'm still waiting, hopefully, that all is going to be well, and if all goes well, if there's going to be a breakout to the upside, then clearly I'm just going to get out of that trade just to minimize my losses. I was just taking a risk of 150 pips for a total reward of 500, and that is almost 600 pips. But then if the market decide to move to the upside, the only thing that I can do, so if I may show you, so the only thing that I can do after that is after getting out of this trade, the only thing that I can do is just to rise to these levels. So in this, I'll just be responding to what the market are simply doing. So I'll just come to these levels. You can see now out of this point where you can see that the markets are preparing themselves to create a breakout. They may come to this resistance point. In the past, you can see that the market have been trying their best to break this point of resistance. You can see that they came down, came for a retest to this point of resistance, came down to this point of support. Now you can clearly see that they broke this point of support here, and they are currently moving toward this point. before moving towards this point and later on moving to the high highs. So they'll be creating new high highs before moving down to the downside. Now, if the markets move from this point, break above this point of resistance, I'm expecting that they are going to come back. That is when that I'm now I'll be preparing myself the second time to take a sell trade and go down with it up to this point, these levels here. So the market may tend to create low lows before moving again up to create new high highs. So you can see that in this trade, I'll just be risking 100 pips for a total reward of 800 pips, which will also be nice just to reduce. So I tend to think that I'll be reducing my losses, that is, which is advisable when it comes to forex trading, that you should always minimize your losses, especially when you realize that you are getting into losses. But that doesn't mean that you get out of a good trade. You should also give your trade some time. So let us just move to GBP card. So for GBP card, you can see that we have got this downward trend. So we have got this downward movement. That is, you can see that we had a touch to this point here. So earlier on, you can see that after this tag, the market moved generally down to these levels. Then the market had been moving generally up to these levels. Now you can see from the daily time frame, we're expecting that the markets are going to move toward the downside to this point of support before breaking it and making lower lows. That is, and if they create lower lows, we are expecting that they are going to move from these positions that they are in, break this point of support, and come to this point here before again moving toward this side to touch this trend line that is here. That's why you can see that I've got this short position here. Let us move to the 1 hour time frame. Now, what from on the hourly time frame, that is the 4 hour time frame, you can clearly see now what we have been having an upward trend that is now in the bearish trend that we have been having. You can see that we have also to at this beautiful bullish trend that is being created between these 2 point of this is the resistance point and also this point of support that is here. So currently, now when it comes down to the hourly time frame, now from when it comes to the hourly time frame, you can see that we have been moving in between these two trend lines. You can see that here came for a correction at this point, moved to the downside to these levels, came to these levels. Now at this point, you can clearly see that from the previous movement that you have been having at this point, you can clearly see that currently the markets are at this point. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to move from where they are. So let me first of all remove this. So I'm expecting that the markets are going to move from, that is this point in which they are in, move to this point of support, breaking it, going above it, breaking again this point of support, moving to this point, and then coming to retest this point of support. It may come down to these areas here before they can make a breakout, that is to these sides, and then later on we are expecting that they are going to come down now to this point of support, so that you can have this pattern that is going to be around these areas. So that is what I'm expecting that the GBP card is going to behave. Hopefully that is going to be the case. And so let me just yeah, that is good. So when it comes down now to the 1 hour time frame, now to the 1 hour time frame, now you can clearly see what I'm trying to say. So that's why you can see that I've got this plan that the markets, I'm waiting for the market to come from these levels, to move to these levels, come to these highs that are here, and then come back to this point of support, in which when the markets will be on top of this point of support, I'll be expecting that they are going to move down to this point here. Now I'm going to get into this trade with the buy trade, in which the markets are going to create a breakout to this level. They may move to these levels and before coming down to the lower levels. So that is all that I had for today. So Do hope that you are able to understand what I explained in the analysis of today. And do have a great week, and may the tips always be with you. If you have got any questions, you can please inbox me for any inquiries. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can join our WhatsApp group. The link is in the description space below this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video to friends, families who are interested in trading in the Forex industry. Also, you can follow us on Instagram. The link is in the description space. You can follow us on Facebook and also in our Twitter handle. All the description is in the description space below this video. Do continue having a great week, and may the tips always be with you. Thank you.